is Althea Jackson. Welcome to Metro Matters. I will be your host for the next 30 minutes. Metro Matters is a program with helpful information, resources provided by Louisville Metro government. There will be a variety of discussion topics, tips, tools, and resources. Welcome to Metro Matters. Today, my guest is Rebecca Jenkins. She is the Talent Acquisition Coordinator for our Louisville Metro Government's HR department. And today we're going to be talking about the upcoming career fair. So welcome, Becky.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
So I know that you were on the show a couple of weeks ago, and we want to continue to promote the career fair. So because we have all of these jobs that are available, and so we want to continue to promote that. And so before we dig into the career fair, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am from Louisville and have always been in the role of recruiting, many different platforms, technology, finance and accounting, human resources, from warehouse, just a wide variety. And found myself looking for a job and applied to Metro government. And the more I've learned and the longer I've been here, which I'm about 6.5 months, actually, not that I'm counting.
Oh, you really new.
Yes, I am very new. But I've learned a great deal just because of the position I'm in and the what Kendra wanted me to do in terms of getting out with the agencies and meeting with them. So I've crammed a lot in.
Kendra is?
My manager,
okay.
Kendra Kettinger.
Okay.
Yes, and she's wonderful. So let me just say that much.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
Well, again, being from Louisville, I didn't know what it looked like until I stepped inside and became an employee of the city. It makes things look different. I attended the Veterans Parade, and I saw the people down the hall from me, and the light up Louisville. You're just more invested. And again, meeting with the agencies and understanding the improvements that they're making in the city, they're addressing the crisis. Things just look completely different. So that's what I've enjoyed the most. I tell people, find a position, start contributing, and you'll find your career. Absolutely. So it's great.
So we're here actually today to talk about the upcoming career fair.
Yes.
And so what is a career fair? What does that mean?
Well, it means lots of different things depending on who is doing it. I mean, you can go to career fairs and there'll be multiple employees. This one's a little different. This is ours. So when you have the variety that we do and the numbers, because we can have, it'll be at least 35 agencies there. And when you think about the Metro government, it is everything.
35 only Metro only agencies.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's the zoo, animal services, codes and regulations. I have my list back here that I can go over with you because when you're putting me on the spot like this, I can't remember.
Yeah, I really would like you to kind of talk about
Sure.
and we may go back in later on, just really try to talk about some of those departments, but go ahead and rattle them off.
Well,
some of them.
Compliance and records, housing and community development, internal audit, the library, the zoo, Metro Corrections, technology, Office of Management and Budget, Public Works, Public Health, Public Parks, Air Pollution Control Board, Emergency Services, as I said, Animal Services, Fleet and Facilities, Group Violence, Kentuckiana Works, Metro Parks, I said Parks, Office of Equity, Office of Safe and Healthy Neighborhoods. They were put in place to address the gun violence in the city. I had no idea when I went to that agency and everything that they do. Office of Sustainability, RCS, Resilience and Community Services, they reach out to the homeless. They're on there, I say boots on the ground. They're reaching people, trying to take care of them.
So I just wanted people to see the variety of departments that are going to be there.
Exactly.
So are they going to be doing interviews on the spot?
Yes. The thing that I would like to stress to people, go to our website, which we can tell you that, and apply for the job. And then come to the job fair and say, okay, I want to know where's codes and regulations. I applied for the job. So they can go to that table with their resume and say, I applied for this position. Is there someone that I can talk to about it? So all of a sudden you've cut through so much red tape. You're there in front of your employer So they could, if it looks like a good match, they could interview you there.
So you're encouraging people to apply before they even go to the career fair. So that's a little different
It is.
than what you normally would do, because normally you would go talk to people and then apply, but you're encouraging people apply first and then go straight to that department that will be there.
Again, I think it'll just streamline things, and it'll give you the audience that you're looking for. Instead of waiting to hear from someone, you're being a little bit more proactive. Be dressed, have your resume. Be prepared like it's going to be an interview. It's no greater time than standing there in front of the agency that you have applied to.
So you said, let's go back, be dressed. What does that mean
Well,
in this day and time?
absolutely.
Because things have changed.
Absolutely.
And being dressed, when I was looking for a job, that meant you were in a suit. That's not necessarily the same way now, is it?
It isn't, but as you can tell, I'm older, a little old school. I try to keep my, stay current. I mean, if I could just say, guys, try to wear a collar at least. And if you're going to wear jeans, a nice pair of jeans. And I don't, whatever shoes you wear, make sure they're clean. Just wipe them off before you come. Your hair needs to be at least combed. Just your basic grooming to put your best foot forward. And put your best foot forward, whatever that looks like. And ladies, I mean, it is a job interview. That's the other thing I tell people. Take your hat off of being the candidate, put the hat on of being a manager. Would you hire you? Look at it from that perspective.
That's interesting. Okay. What are some of the benefits of working with Louisville Metro government?
Well, all the things that I mentioned, but they do have great benefits. Free medical, dental, vision, paid time off. There's wellness centers. You really, really will feel very well taken care of as an employee.
And what are some of the salaries? What should someone expect a salary to be? And I know it's going to be different.
It is.
But what are they? What are the starting salaries?
Well, I mean, depending on your job. I mean, the thing about it, all of our rates, all of the hourly rates and the salaries are on the job description. It's no big secret. They're out there. So you're going to know when you're applying for the job what the pay rate is. Now, there are hourly positions, there are salary, there are unions, there are non-unions, and there are some civil service. So there's a wide variety there.
What does civil service mean?
Well, you have to test, a little bit more testing. It is a federal job. And I think last time we were together, you asked me what some of those union positions were. And I didn't want to speak out of turn, so I did look that up. And I have the answer if I can find the question. So, okay, so could be engineers, it could be IT, it could be corrections, it could be the police department, medical technicians, social workers, mechanics, auditors, health specialists. There are just so many different positions that are out there and available. And the union positions would include Metro Parks, Public Works, EMT, Metro Safe, Public Health and Wellness, LMPD, Corrections, and the Fire Department.
Right. And when they're union, so everybody may not understand what union is. You have to pay union dues,
You do.
and is there anything else that you have to, any other additional testing to be in the union? What does that mean?
Well, everything is kind of depending on the agency that you're in. But there are things that you have to go through, tests you have to take. Maybe your background check's a little bit more extensive. But unions are in place to represent the employee, and it's a great partnership. You do come on board with the idea that you do have some representation and some pass if something does happen. But I will say that the Louisville Metro government, we work very hard at making that a positive thing for everyone, that we want to take care of our employees and we want all employees to be as happy as possible.
So within Metro, I think there's more than one
my
union.
goodness.
And it's like
Well,
7
yes.
or 8?
Oh, way more than that.
Wow.
And I knew you would ask me a question I don't know the answer to, and I do have that written down, but there are more than 25, let me say that much.
Different
And
unions.
There are, because of the
wow.
variety that I just mentioned. And many years ago, when the county and the metro government and the city government merged together, there was a lot of unions that kind of made their voice heard at that time. And so there's a lot of small unions, but there's quite a few. Yes.
I had no idea it was 25.
It's
I
actually,
didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's more than that. I just don't know the exact number, but I was surprised too. Again, when I sat down with the union person and he started talking, I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, it's a lot.
So there are still 150 positions?
130 at this
130
moment. Yes.
to be filled. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And let's go through the process of how a person applies. So if you give out the website.
It's governmentjobs.com/careers/LouisvilleKY.com. No, I'm sorry, nothing at the end. Louisville KY, and that's it.
Say that again.
Government spelled out jobs.com/careers/Louisville KY.
Okay.
Sorry.
And so, just to reiterate what you said earlier, someone should go on that site that you just gave and, look at all the jobs that are available and go ahead and make that application.
Correct. When you first go to the site, there will be a search bar, so you can search on any words, something that you've done, or you could scan through all 130, whatever you want. The job description's there, as I said, and the pay rate's on there. And then the apply button. Now, once you establish your identity, you don't have to do that every single time. You can. It'll be a much easier process. Electronic resume, you have to have an electronic resume to attach. And you do fill in your basic information in the beginning, but that stays with you. Write down your password. Don't, just write it down. Save yourself a little trouble.
Right.
So you can sign back on at any time. But once you apply, and I do want to remind people to pay attention to the minimum requirements. And we do have what you call the equivalency, which means if it says a bachelor's degree with 2 years experience, say you have an associate's with 4 years experience, or you have 15 years in that area.
In that field,
all
working.
Of that, right.
Okay.
All of that is taken in consideration. The next thing, please look at the job description. If there are things in that job description that you've done, make sure that's in your resume. You want to make it as easy as possible, not me, but my coworkers, to when they look at the resume to say this person is qualified. I mean, we are Metro government, so we have to dot the I's and cross the T's. We have to make sure we meet minimum requirements, and it has to be on your resume that you can do the job. Once that's qualified, it is sent to the agency. Then it's the agency's responsibility to decide whether they're going to do the interview. I would also make sure your information is correct, your email is correct, and it's a professional email, please. And your phone numbers are correct, and your voicemail is set up, and that you are checking voicemail. Over the years, I've been trying to get a hold of a candidate and leaving voicemails, and I'll finally talk to them, and their comment was, "Oh, I don't check my voicemail." I mean, how do you look for a job and not check your voicemails? But at any rate, so just be diligent about what you're doing and how to make yourself to have the opportunity to be interviewed.
Yeah, because you're selling yourself.
Right.
You're really
Always.
selling.
Always.
Or maybe I shouldn't use the word selling. You're marketing yourself.
That's a very good word. Yes.
You're marketing yourself. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it. Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it. Gonna get it, gonna slip it, gonna cuff it. Check it, talk to doctor and share it. Gonna get it, gonna slip it, gonna cuff it. Check it, talk to doctor and share it.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
Thank you for staying with us. We're going to continue this conversation about the Louisville Metro's career fair. So Becky, before we went on break, we were talking about marketing yourself. So when you come to this career fair, you should be dressed accordingly, prepared for an interview, and be ready to just answer any questions. And then after this interview, answer your phone, check your voicemail, and all of that. And so with that said, once the career fair, people have put in their applications, what do you expect? You know, how long does it usually take for decisions to be made of who's going to be hired? And talk us through that process.
Longer than what you would expect. And I have learned that also, you know, being in a metro government. And because we do, as I said, there are a lot of I's to dot and T's to cross in terms of guidelines and processes. And it always comes back to doing what's right for the city. And so the way that their hiring process goes, everybody should have a chance. So the job stays open for a period of time. All the resumes get reviewed. Not, you know, they don't review 5 and then make a choice. Everyone has a chance when they submit the resume. So I think just, you know, don't be nervous. I mean, it is going to take a little bit of time. What maybe would take 2 weeks might take 2 months, to be very honest. And they always, the background check is always completed.
So talk about that. So that's a good thing to talk about. So for anyone that is applying, everyone has to have a background check? Okay.
Yes. And every position is different in terms of what it's acceptable. If you do have something in your background, just be forthcoming. It shouldn't be a surprise. And when you fill out your background check, make sure your information is correct. If you lived in multiple places, make sure your addresses are correct. They are going to check your employment. Give them a good phone number. Don't make them trying to chase down who's going to verify your employment.
Because that takes longer. That holds up the process.
Correct. So be diligent. And you should have your diploma or your transcripts. Get those things. Sometimes it's easy to get. You know, call your school. But it's not going to happen overnight. Don't let that hold you up. So be prepared to provide that documentation and do it when you have time. So also, just a few other things. When you go to the job fair, you know, bring copies of your resume with you. Be aware of what's going on in the city. You know, be smart. Have some questions ready to ask. So you're trying to present yourself that you are very interested in coming to work for Metro government. And, you know, if you were, would you hire yourself? So always remember that. And get the business card if you can. Not everyone has business cards, but certainly get the contact information in an email so you can send a thank you note. Either an email, and if you can handwrite a note, they go on my board. I will say that. They're extra. So a handwritten thank you note goes a long way.
You go to the career fair. You speak with whomever it is that you're trying to get, whichever department you want to be hired by. You've already put in the application. They choose you. They say, hey, I want to hire you. That's when you go through the background check. And then do you have to come in for other testing or?
Well, it depends on the job. And, you know, if you're going to work in animal services, it's much different if you're going to be an EMT or work in Metro Corrections. So there's lots of different, again, things that need to take place. But you do go through new hire orientation. Everybody goes through the same new hire orientation. And then obviously you have training, on-the-job training, depending on what position.
Well, one of the things you talked about, so I'm going back, You said there is a background check. What about a drug test?
Yes, yes.
So that's important for people to
It
know.
absolutely is.
If you're trying to get a
Yes,
job,
I'm sorry, yes.
you're going to have to do a drug test.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's important to know.
Thank you.
Let's give out the website again
Okay.
for our listeners.
governmentjobs.com/careers/Louisville, spelled out KY.
And is there a phone number, or you just
Well,
want to direct everybody to the website?
Yes, I'll give my phone number. I mean, you can call me, 502-548-8172. That's my work number. I was answering calls today. I sent out the email to several thousand in our database and started getting a lot of calls. But yes.
Okay. And so talk about degrees. Do you have to be a college graduate? Can you not be? Talk a little bit about that.
No, you don't have to be a college graduate. I mean, again, it depends on the job, but it's all very spelled out on that minimum requirements. You know, what they're looking for, if they want a degree, how much experience. So again, just be diligent in looking at your resume to make sure that you either have the years of experience or the degree with the experience. And if you have any questions, you can call me. I'll tell you. I'm not going to set you up, for failure, and I'll tell you the truth, whether I feel like you do have the amount of experience that they're looking for or not.
Talk about, so let's give out the date, time, location.
Okay, sure. It's Monday, March 11th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's at the Norton Healthcare and Sports Learning Complex. The address for that is Muhammad Ali, but we will be on the backside. If you put in 3000 West Market, Lot B, that's where the parking lot is. It is free parking, and it is on the TARC line. That's one of the benefit working for Louisville Metro government. You get to ride TARC free. Got to mention that one. Hopefully it's a pretty March day. And you will see, we will have signs for sure. Maybe even some people in the parking lot or definitely at the door. So you come in, elevator up to the second floor. If you haven't been to that facility, you should definitely visit because it is magnificent. And it's a great area for a job fair. There'll be, again, all of our agencies will be there, and you'll see my smiling face.
And you said it starts at 11?
10.
It
10,
starts
8,
at 10 to
6.
10. Oh, that's
I know, it is a long day, but we wanted to make sure we were able to catch people, midday, but then if they needed to come after work also.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have we left out anything?
Oh, let me see. Let's see. Probably something I'll think of as soon as we stop. But you won't. I guess the thing is, you won't be disappointed. If the city has a lot to offer, so many programs. There's a place for everyone. Let me say that. And I mean, be very honest. People think about. Our public works is the sanitation, the snow removal, the tree trimmer, the potholes. They are magnificent people to work for. And obviously they'll be at the job fair. They were one of the very first to confirm. But those, you can get your Class A CDL license coming to work for public works. So they make the investment. And codes and regulations is another agency. I had no idea, but it's all about the buildings in the area and the new construction, but plumbers and electrical work, and then they really encourage the people to get licensing, and I saw a lot of people studying during the workday, so they allow that. They're very supportive of that because that gives them the employee that they need. So there's really a place for everyone.
So again, just to recap before we got almost time has ended. Louisville Metro government has 150 open
130
positions.
at this moment.
130.
Yes.
We have 130 open positions that we are trying to fill. There is going to be a career fair on March 11th from 10 to 6.
Correct.
At Norton Sports and Learning. And you are encouraged to come There are going to be 35 metro government agencies there that will be ready to possibly interview you, but they will definitely talk to you about those open positions. Come ready for an interview, dress for success,
There you go.
and market yourself to these representatives of these agencies. You are encouraged to go online and complete the application. You don't have to, that's not mandated, you don't have to, but you're encouraged to go and complete the application prior to the career fair.
Let me just say, we will have 4 laptops there. If you cannot apply before you come, you can apply once you get there.
Yeah, because everybody does, you know, everybody, we just take for granted that everybody has a computer and everybody doesn't. So that's good to know. There will be 4 laptops there at the career fair. So if you come, and then there'll be somebody, if you are not computer literate, someone will be there to help assist you.
Exactly.
So
A couple of public health, the libraries. Our libraries are just magnificent in the city, and they're investing so much in those. And of course, public health is just critical to the health of our city. So those are a couple of other agencies that I'm thinking that I should have mentioned. So
that's okay. So for the one last time before we go, please give out the website for people to go and get more information, apply, and be ready for the March 11th.
Okay, it's governmentjobs.com/Louisville. I'm sorry. Let me start over. Let me see this. governmentjobs.com/careers/Louisville, spelled out KY. And the job fair is March 11th at the Norton Healthcare and Sports Learning Complex, 1026, and all 35 plus agencies will be there, and it'll be a great time. We'll be happy to see you, and there's much there. There's a much opportunity. Let me say that.
And you can always go on LouisvilleKY.gov and just search jobs. And you can, if you don't remember the first website, go on LouisvilleKY.gov and search jobs, and you can get more information that way. So Becky, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you taking the time, because we want to, 130 jobs. That's a lot. And so to our listeners, if you're not looking for a job, spread the word.
Please do. Yes, please do. And again, my number is 502-548-8172. Happy to talk with you.
Thank you for watching Metro Matters on Metro TV.